To get into stitch combinations, also known as sequencing, first get into sewing, and right down here it says create sequence. So press that. If you wanted to expand the stitch window here so you can see all the stitches, this is what you have. And then I'm going to show you some of these other ones like this and like this. Now I'm going to get into decorative stitches. So let's say I wanted to do this one right here. Now let's reduce that one again, and there it is. Now if I wanted to do another one of those, notice I press and hold like this. I can duplicate that right there and make a second stitch. I can go down here and turn this over like that, and notice how those stitches join right in the middle. It's going to give a whole long line of those stitches with one flower this way and one flower this way. Now I can delete a stitch one at a time, or I can delete all of them by touching and holding the delete button, which gives me this window. Say yes, and it's gone. And now we can do a new stitch. Satin stitches. Let's go with some satin stitches. Again, we want the big window here. I'm going to do 2 of these here because I'm going to show you what we can do with that second stitch. We now have where we can do length. So I'm going to make one of these shorter like this. So now when we stitch it out, we will have a longer diamond and a shorter diamond, longer and shorter. This just shows what it looks like when we're only doing one of these repeats, but we could have it so we could do the entire sequence of these stitches. Notice though that the stitch density stays the same no matter how short or long we have that. I could have it really long, and the stitch density stays the same. So if it's longer, it actually has more stitches in it, but the threads are the same distance apart. I'm going to erase that. Now down here are some interesting features here. Let's go with decorative stitches. Let's go with this, 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 this. Okay, let's just see what that looks like. There we go. A whole bunch of stitches. There's one of them that's highlighted, but we can move back and forth amongst those by going like this. And of course we can't see the entire sequence, but notice also that some of the stitches join at the bottom and some in the center. Because of that, you want to be careful with your sequences to make sure that either they join all at the bottom or all in the center. Otherwise you'll get a little line of thread here, and that doesn't quite look right. Now, I showed you how you can highlight one, but you can actually highlight several if you want to. Like for instance, if I have this on, I can highlight those 2. And if I wanted to eliminate those 2, I could do that. If I wanted to highlight all of them, there they are. And I could make those shorter in length because they're all highlighted. Let's talk about lettering. Okay, we've got this little icon right here. I think I'll just choose Comic Alphabet. That looks fine to me. We have our keyboard right here, and we can do uppercase and lowercase. Let's start with uppercase. I'm going to spell out the word baby. B, lowercase, A, B, Y. There we go. And that's it right there. Now let's say I wanted to add a decorative stitch at the end and at the beginning. So first of all, I'm going to move the cursor up just like that. And now I'm going to get into the stitch menu over here to decorative. I'm going to add one of these, and then I'm going to reduce that and move my cursor down, go back to here and add it like that. And then now, in order to get just a single one of these and not have it repeat over and over again, we're going to need to add a tie off at the end and a stop. Now I also want to tie off at the beginning, so I'm going to go back to the beginning here like that. And notice that the little line is right there. It hasn't highlighted that because we want to have the tie off before this decorative stitch. So I'm going to add a tie off right there. I can also add a cut command at the end. I think I'll do that. Go down here. Okay, so after the stop, we want to cut. Now to save that stitch, we go over to here, to this little floppy disk right there, and it will save it into the machine right there. Now I want to have a folder right here, so I'm going to have a new folder and I'm going to call it lettering, because there may be other things that I want to have in terms of names or lettering. So I'm just going to have that be my folder, overall folder. Okay, and that's it. Now that's the folder. Now we want to put the file into that folder. So we are going to save. Now the file name, I'm just going to call that baby, B-A-B-Y. Save. Now that's where it is. Okay, so let's get back into sewing and see if we can retrieve that. I'll show you how to do that. Get out of Create Sequence and get back into, say, stitching where we're doing something else. Now we're going to go to our Retrieve button, which is that file folder. There it is, right there. Now if you touch and hold, it'll come up. It took a little bit, but it did do it. Now it does show it repeating here, but it's going to actually stop at that point and tie it off and cut the threads. Okay, let's stitch it out. And here it is. You can see it cut the threads right there at the end, and it made that nice little tie off there, and there's a tie off at the beginning also. As it was stitching, you may have noticed that it moved a little bit to the right. That's to get this part here. That's because from the top of the B to the bottom of the Y is wider than 9 millimeters. And so this machine has the ability to move to the side with the feed dogs, which is a great feature. If you found this video to be helpful, give us a like. And if you have comments, questions, or ideas for other videos you'd like to see, let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.